After years of rumors, speculation, and back-alley whispers, Amazon may finally be ready to unveil its first smartphone, and the time couldn't be better for Amazon to enter the fray. Today, Amazon is better poised to tackle the smartphone space for a variety of reasons. Thanks in part to T-Mobile, carrier contracts are no longer the rule, and prices are more competitive than ever. Amazon also has proven that it can compete on the hardware side, and then there's Amazon's monster library of content, which will satisfy apps-hungry customers. So let's start by talking about the actual phone itself. Assuming the latest rumors are accurate, Amazon's Kindle phone could feature a 4.6-inch 720p display, a Qualcomm Snapdragon processor, a 13-megapixel rear camera, and 2GB of RAM. Nothing top of the line, mind you, but it should be able to stand up to, say, the Moto G, the Moto X, or the Nexus 5. Now, one of the more interesting details to surface about the Amazon handset is that it could pack 6 cameras. In addition to the standard front and rear-facing sensors, the Amazon smartphone is rumored to have 4 more cameras to track the user's eyes. Apparently, the phone will constantly adjust the position of images on the display, creating a 3D-like effect. Now, I fully accept the build quality of Amazon's smartphone to be solid, and the internal specifications, they're pretty mid-class, but maybe that's a good thing for Amazon. It doesn't really matter too much in this day and age whether your smartphone is really the top end of the line when it comes to specs, because everything is really fast enough at this point. Now, as for the OS, Amazon's smartphone will probably run a version of Android that is similar to the ones that they use to power their Kindle tablets. Now, the Fire OS that we see in tablets is clean, intuitive, and provides easy access to apps, games, and of course Amazon content, so I think that would be great for a smartphone. Now, as far as the actual time now for an Amazon smartphone, 2014 is a much better time for Amazon to release a smartphone than, say, it was in 2012. Buyers are a lot more primed to purchase smartphones from alternate sources. For instance, Google's Nexus sales approach has a lot to do with this, and the savvier consumer is more attuned to buying a device without visiting a wireless carrier. T-Mobile's Un-Carrier initiative has also spurred a general loosening of the chokehold of strict contracts that wireless providers put on customers, and pricing wars have kept both handset costs and actual carrier charges more competitive, for instance as low as $300 for an above-average device. Now, Amazon is one of the world's most recognizable brands, and the company has a proven track record when it comes to hardware. Starting in 2007 with the first Kindle, Amazon has slowly developed into an adept hardware maker. Now, when Amazon first launched the Kindle tablets, people were immediately starting to speculate about a Kindle phone, but I don't think Amazon had anything in the works at that time. Now I would say that an Amazon smartphone is imminent, probably releasing in the next year or so, and I think that's a good move for the company. Amazon is a great app library, which, it makes sense to utilize on a smartphone. Amazon has at least 200,000 apps and games to choose from, so it's really a legitimate force to be reckoned with. Also, Amazon's App Store also helps developers earn more bang for their buck. For instance, the Amazon Developer Blog routinely features success stories of higher revenue per user or more in-app purchases and engagement. Now, I think Google first took a divisive first, mobile content later approach to smartphones, but Amazon has been doing the exact opposite, building up its content base first and then stepping into hardware after. I think that if Amazon had launched its phone 1 or 2 years ago, the reaction to it would have been, why? That would have been understandable considering that the original Kindle Fire wasn't even a year old. Since then, Amazon has really shown itself capable of maturing into a great company that has a big enough library, a proven track record for hardware, and enough credentials to make a good smartphone. Let me know what you think of this in the comments below though. Please be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Bye!